This is an excerpt from the US AC Nationals in Venice, Florida in April of 2021. Several of those matches are already up. This is a quarterfinal between Jeff Su and Sherif Abdelwahab. All it is the last triple peel of Game 2. Jeff won Game 1, 26-24. In this game, Sherif's already on peg and Penult. Jeff somehow got in, and we join him now setting up the first peel. I'm even bothering to do this because he uses the Wylie method at the Penult peel to get his triple back on time. He's the only one I've ever seen do this, but Wylie used it almost exclusively, and Jeff does it beautifully. I'll put up the references to both Wylie and Beyond Expert Croquet, where Patty Chapman lays out what's currently fashionable about that Penult peel. And there are some other hurdles Jeff has to get over in this triple. If you're an expert triple peeler, then feel free to critique my analysis. If you're just learning, I guarantee you this problem will occur, and Jeff's example may help you get your triple back on time. This is the first reference to read if you haven't already. You can get it on the Oxford Croquet website. Like everything else in Wylie, it is exhaustive and detailed. That's where this story begins. If yellow had gone through, then it would have been a standard on-time triple. Yellow can be rush peeled, which is nice, but he probably won't do it till after he makes 5. Even if he did it after 4, he would have to take off from yellow to get back to his Hoop 5 Pioneer, which leaves yellow a long way from Penult. Thus, the need for creative techniques to get yellow into position for the Penult peel right after 6, or with a little manipulation right before 1 back. Because he didn't put that ball right beside the hoop, I thought he wasn't trying for the reverse rush back to 4 back. Turns out he was planning to do that because his Hoop 5 Pioneer is so good. He just didn't get it. The quality of that Hoop 5 Pioneer then is one of the factors that helps Jeff, and obviously did Wylie as well, decide whether to go for the rush peel at 4 back after 4 or after 5. In this case, since he didn't get the reverse rush, it's obviously after Hoop 5. I prefer to do it after 5 all the time because I find yellow so much easier to deal with if I'm going to a 6 Pioneer rather than 5. He also wanted me to make note of that carefully placed Hoop 6 Pioneer on the east side of the hoop. He will want the rush out of 5 to 4 back. In less skilled hands, this is dangerous. Making a hoop under control is frequently a recipe for not making the hoop at all.
No, it's just, it's recording, but it's not like live streaming.
Perfect rush on blue. After you've absorbed Wylie on this, you need to get beyond expert croquet and read Patty Chapman's chapter about developments in triple peeling, which will prepare you for this discussion. If the peelie were already at Penult and this were an on-time triple, then That blue spot over by one back is where this blue ball should go. If you do that now, though, and then rush peel yellow, trying to get the Penult peel before one back is a good way to break down. You might be better off just to send yellow to two back in that situation and try to get the Penult peel before or more likely after three back. Patty Chapman suggests that second blue spot, 2 to 4 yards south of one back, is the destination for blue because it's more flexible in serving the peel either after six or before one back. Jeff can't do that here because of black, of course. Patty's chapter lays that out in detail, and I had to read it about 4 times before I understood what he was talking about. What Jeff is going to do is use the Wylie method, putting blue out there where he can use it to adjust the position of yellow after he makes hoop 6. He wants to put yellow in front of Penult. Wylie says anywhere up to 2 feet off the approach line to Penult is fine. He doesn't want it right on the approach line because then when he makes 6, he'll row K yellow. Then he would have to turn around, try the stop shot peel, and still be able to hit blue to keep going. That's why you don't put blue up by the boundary. Keeping yellow off the approach line to Penult is what Wylie describes as the first of 2 snags in this method. Black will be his escape ball after the peel in Pioneer for one back, and blue will go to Pioneer position at 2 back. And now, having taken care to keep both black and yellow off the approach line to Penult, he can score the hoop and go to blue. Needs to give himself room to get blue up by 2 back while he stays behind yellow. The peel attempt will now be the 4th of his 7 shots between hoops, which is why this is described as before one back instead of after 6. He might actually prefer just to jaws this rather than just barely make it. That way he can rush peel it after one back and have a better time with this marginal Pioneer at 2 back. This rush to one back is what Wylie describes as the other potential snag in this method. Doesn't look like much of a problem here, though. Making room to get black to 3 back while he puts red close behind yellow and keeping that split shot as narrow as possible. And now the triple peel is back on time. Interesting. He's going to do a takeoff and leave yellow there rather than try to put yellow in front of Rover with a pass roll, because that might jeopardize his getting a good rush on blue. If blue were up by the hoop, he probably would have done a thick takeoff, moving yellow at least closer to Rover. But there's no real reason to try the transit peel of Rover between 2 back and 3 back, because he's in control and can easily get the Rover peel at the end. I don't know what Jeff's number is, but that hoop shot's definitely longer than the 12 to 18 inches most people at this level prefer. Oh boy. But he copes. At the Bermuda Triangle of AC Croquet, if he had stuffed that one, Sherif would have had a lift to balk and the game would have been over. And he might not even have taken the lift because black is his peg ball. Jeff suggested that he was probably taking a breather here after the near disaster at 2 back. And was either going to cut yellow toward black or rush it straight. Probably a bit of a mishit, since putting it toward the hoop made no sense. He could put yellow west of 3 back and then make 3 back off of black, planning to rush yellow toward rover after 3 back. But black won't be in a very good position as an escape ball for that maneuver, so I doubt that he'll try that. He's waited about long enough to send yellow to rover. If he does it now, then he could come back and readjust it after 4 back if necessary. Looks like yellow should not need to be fine-tuned. I'm not sure what he's pondering here. Maybe he's going to leave blue short so he can rush it back to rover and fine-tune yellow, or leave blue as an escape ball for an Aspinall peel of rover. Nah, he's not going to do that. But I would love to get one on video one of these days. Patty Chapman's demonstration of the Aspinall peel is the best one I've seen. It's on YouTube, and you look it up by spelling Aspinall, Aspinall. It's tempting to think about sending blue all the way to rover now, but I think he's going to put it at the peg as a pivot ball, which really works better in terms of maximizing your chances of getting a good rush on yellow for the peel at Rover. Ideally, both these opponent balls need to be escape balls at Rover, one close to the hoop, the other closer to the south boundary. I'm never quite sure which one to put where, although it makes sense to put close to the hoop the ball that's already closer to the hoop, because that positioning requires some precision. But the peg got in the way. So with only one escape ball left, he puts it by the hoop, although blue probably shouldn't have gone quite so far. This is why a shorter blue would have been better. He's lucky that yellow's not in the way. It's always tempting to cannon yellow out from behind the hoop in this situation, but Wylie discourages that unless it's absolutely necessary. You all know, of course, that had yellow pegged out on that shot, red's turn would have been over and Sherif would have won the game. So I hope you enjoyed this demonstration by Jeff Sue of how to bring a triple back on time when the four-back peel sticks. If you already know all this stuff, feel free to comment and shoot holes in my analysis. If you don't, then read Wylie and read Patty Chapman and put it to good use the next time this happens to you. Jeff Sue winning game 2, 26-22, and the match 2-0 against Sherif Abdelwahab. He went on to take Stephen Morgan in the final, 2-1. That series has been up for a while. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, please do, because those games are fabulous, especially the last one. Give us a like, subscribe, and go play croquet.